Hello, I am Jody Wolf. You're watching EXPOZ, February 24, 2011, 1:05 a.m. in Birmingham, Alabama. Topic, let me scroll up to it. Topic is peaceful protest stolen, Middle East surrenders, the Muslim Brotherhood, and evil agendas. The protesters have far exceeded their goal of a better government and changes. The changes they're really after is not for the current president or king to give concessions. It's for a full takeover and a placement with a Muslim Brotherhood. They will decide what leader will go into that country against the citizens of that country's wishes. The Muslim Brotherhood wants homage. They want that country to give in and force the citizens of that country to bow to the newly formed takeover. They are already 95% Muslim, but now all will have to become Islamic. You can't pick your religion. It's going to have to be Islam. But hopefully there is a line that they can kind of stay with, Islam opposed to radical Islam. So this is what we need to pray for, that the citizens that do not want this, that they'll stay to the they'll stay to the right of the left, and the left is the evil. You kind of know what I mean. They want that country to give in and force the citizens of that country to bow to the newly formed takeover. And again, 95% of them will have to become Islamic. And again, there's a kind of a forked tongue thing there. They'll say yes, 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 but they'll do what they want to do. The Islamic religion is a false religion. It is a religion of hate. Hate of all who opposes them. Current citizens of any particular country will have to conform to their views. This is primarily why not settling for concessions, but to place their people with the Brotherhood. This is what Ahmadinejad wants to do. They have overtaken your country's leaders and will place a much more radical Islamic religious leader that, again, a false religion, and again, hates Israel just as bad as being, Ahmadinejad. I mean, he hates them to a T, and his people that will be in these countries will have the same hate that he has for the Jews, and that's a sad thing. So that is his agenda. He wants them to fall, Ahmadinejad, and he wants his people in there to take over. So when the dirt settles, your lives will never be the same again. It will be like every country in the Middle East has an Ahmadinejad for a leader. He is indeed a very unstable man. We know that. You know that. He will kill any opposer. He will kill any who will not conform to his views of hatred of all on earth who is not Muslim. He said that himself many times. He hates Israel, God's chosen people. He hates their very land. He hates the Jews. That kind of hate comes from a true false religion that is led by an evil entity. So evil that in the end the Lord himself will destroy him and all his followers. Again, it is written. It's all there, and it's in the Bible. Now let me tell you what comes next. Mark it down, and you'll see it come to pass. I mentioned this 15 months ago in a blog, and now here it is. Things will, in some countries, actually seem to settle down somewhat. You will see countries turn toward Iran with a forked tongue and say what they want them to hear. The Islamic Muslim Brotherhood will need to hear certain things, but they'll hear them. But some people will tell you red is red if you believe red is red, but red is black, go with black. In other words, they'll just tell them what they want to hear and nothing more. And they'll be hated by most of the country anyway. And so you will see hatred for the Jews growing at a much faster pace. I mean, the hatred's been there. There's no doubting that, but it's really gonna come to a head. Most believe it or not, but all. Wow, I got lost here. Most, believe it or not, but most all the citizens in these countries do not want to hurt the Jews. Believe it or not, most of the citizens aren't against the Jews. They'll actually probably even stand by them, but to do that, they'd lose their life. And again, it is biblical. It is written, these countries will attack Israel, but they, the Muslim Brotherhood, will be destroyed. And I'm saying 70 to 80% of all the countries that attacked Israel will fall. Russia will be in that battle with the Muslims and the Muslim countries, and Russia will even have some Eastern Bloc countries with them. I don't think but a few, and they too will lose most of the imposing armies. All the big shots will sit under their umbrellas on the Mediterranean in the sun across the water from the war. And warm weather, the drinks in her hand and smoking that big old Cuban cigar. All of a sudden, they'll get rained on by their own missiles, and they will be destroyed right where they sit. That includes Putin and Ahmadinejad. Leaders will all be taken out. Leaders will be destroyed. So this will be a decisive, quick victory for Israel because God will be the one that's actually fighting them. He will confuse them. They'll kill each other. The planes will drop the bombs on the wrong towns. They'll drop the bombs on the wrong people. But they'll not drop on Israel. So Israel will spend 7 months to bury the dead, and Israel will spend 7 years to burn the spoils of war. The opposing armies' weapons will burn. This is because they're now made from high-pressure, steam-treated plastic that burns like coal. So these weapons will burn for 7 years. And just after this happens, the new peacekeeper will come onto the scene. He is the Antichrist. And there's much more to tell, but that is another story. So, what I've given you tonight in 2 or 3 blogs, you heard the truth. And what you heard, you will see it come to pass. And I believe that everything that I've done will start coming to pass really quickly now. So pray for the Jews. Pray for you. Pray for all those that are Muslim that do not want this evil. God will hear your prayer. Pray for them. Jody Wolf, EXPOZ.